Hi everyone, welcome back to Jazz Unfiltered. Today I have Maddie.
Oh my god,
Woo!
hi!
Oh my god, we were just talking before this. I was like, I'm so excited to meet you, type of thing, because I'm like, I think I first saw you on Twitter, and
Okay.
I was like, ooh, I like her because she I think you were like Team Liv Morgan and stuff, and I'm like,
Yes.
that's gonna be my girl. I was like, there wasn't that many people that like
Mm,
were on her side, type of thing. So I was like, oh. And then I saw like right after I saw that, I saw you on TikTok and I was like, "Oh my god,
mhm.
that's the
Which
same
is
girl."
back. It's back now.
That was
Lord.
that was definitely a show.
A
Definitely a show.
stressful, like, maybe 12 hours it was gone for. Not even that, maybe. Uh,
It was 14 hours. I s- I saw like a little post that was kind of funny that was like that band lasted longer than Chelsea Green and the Royal Rumbles or whatever. I was like
oh my god.
Chelsea, and I'm the only reason I'm bringing it up because Chelsea did see it and she laughed at it. So, but I thought it
We
was
love
very
Chelsea Green.
shady.
Yes.
I do a little shade sometimes, so I
Uh,
was like, "Oh,
I love
Maddie
that.
can handle this."
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. Mary knows how to put up with my shade on the podcast.
I was like, "We're very opinionated," so
Yes,
okay.
absolutely. And we're proud of that too.
Yeah. Oh my god, I saw that, you had Natty follow. Natty?
Yes, that was crazy, and it comes at a terrible timing in a way because the video that she followed the Meet Us in the Ring Instagram and my Twitter from is me laughing at Mary for suggesting that Natalia should have been in the Women's Intercontinental Championship Finals over Lyra. So, I mean, I'll take the time to say, Natty, I love you. Like, I definitely think you should have advanced in your round. I was not trying to drag you, Queen. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. I'm so sorry.
No, I agree. Well, you said that you think she should have made it through, right?
I don't think she should have been like the final two, but
Mm,
I do think it should have been either her or Alba that advanced over Io because I felt like Io didn't really need it, like
right.
she's Io. I mean,
That's true. I mean, she's always gonna, like, have that fame behind her. Just like it's
yeah,
kinda like Asuka in a way, like, they're always gonna have that,
exactly.
um but yeah, they will not utilize her for some reason, but I feel like she's not too bothered by it, like, it seems like she's not too bothered by it. She's not going anywhere, but it's also like, what do you do if you're, like, in the company for so long and then, like, people it's not that they forget about you, but they don't push you as much. So how do you get your steam back? Like that's
I
I'm guessing it's really tough.
I feel like she is just so, like, selfless in the way that she's like, "I'm just happy to be here and make other women superstars while still being a
Yeah.
superstar myself," and I love that so much about her. I don't think she gets enough credit for that, so, I believe she's the one that took the pin to Io as well,
Yeah.
so I feel like she just goes out of her way to make sure that other women get these opportunities, and while that's amazing and I love that about her, I
Mhm.
think she is entitled to some opportunities as well, and,
Yeah.
I would love to see them do a little more with her considering she can still go in the ring and she still knows what she's doing when she's in there. So,
Right. There's only so much pushing of other people you could do. Like, I don't know.
right. I completely agree.
Yeah. I don't it probably feels so uncomfortable being in their shoes sometimes because like how do you want your teammates and your coworkers to also have moments, but you're like, I don't want to be in the wayside either. You kind of have to be a little bit assertive. I almost said aggressive, but more so assertive with it. Like,
Maybe
you
a
know,
little aggressive too, though. I mean, because otherwise, if you don't like stick up for yourself, you're going to be pushed back to catering and you're probably going to stay there. And,
Well,
the IWC will make jokes about this wrestler being in
yeah.
catering, but I personally never find those jokes funny. I just find them sad because, yes, those
Mm,
people are still being paid and all this, but we want to see them and we want to see what they can do because we know what they can do. So it
yeah.
just sucks sometimes.
Right. Didn't think we would have like a Natty little moment
Yeah.
there, but
Shout out
Natty,
Natalia.
we love you, okay?
Yes.
And for any wrestler that's like been on the main roster for a long time, I also think of Naomi, when I think of that.
Yeah.
They just like don't get their flowers anymore, and it's not fair. So they need to do something about that. But
Naomi should
yeah.
be a multiple-time women's champion by now, like multiple, in my opinion. She's
Who?
so good.
Which one?
Naomi.
Oh, Naomi, yeah. Yeah. How do you go from another company, like, being, like, a champ, like, literally right away to coming back to WWE and, like, not having that, you know? I don't know. I don't is it like a punishment or something? Like, low key?
I mean, that would be maybe, but I'm hoping that with this storyline that they do with Jade, once they kind of reveal who attacked Jade Cargill, which I feel like we all kind of know it's Naomi, I'm really excited to see what they do with that, and I really hope they don't let us down. So,
Yeah. Well, where can people find you? Is IZ Maddie K, like, across the board?
yes. So it's many K. I have my TikTok, of course, which is back. I have the YouTube, I have Twitch. I'm also on Instagram with this username, as well as an Instagram that's just kind of like my own personal Instagram. So basically look up this username anywhere and you will find me. And of course, meet us in
Oh.
the ring, Mary and I's podcast that we do every Sunday.
How do you manage it? Because seriously, I don't know how everyone does it. I work full time. Well, full time as a therapist. So that's like 20 to
Wow.
30 hours, which is a lot if you're like literally listening to
Yeah.
people all day.
Oh yeah.
But but then I'm like, on Mondays and Fridays I have to stream. And then throughout the week I need to find days where I film. I want to do collaborations. I'm like,
Mhm.
how do you manage it? And then, like, people are, like, streaming and posting at the same time, and I don't know how they're doing
That's
that.
crazy. That
How
is
are they
some
doing?
kind of weird magic that I need to figure out.
I know, I'm like, it's
Um,
like a well-kept secret.
it must be. Um, it's hard sometimes, especially late, like being a smaller, what I consider myself a smaller creator. Sometimes it's hard to find motivation, like after, because I also work full time.
Mhm.
Coming home after long hours, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
making like a 30-second video seems like such an agonizing task in a way.
Yeah.
So I never like force myself to do things because or make videos if I don't want to, because I don't want it to come off to people who watch my videos like I'm making this because I have to. Like I only
Yeah.
make videos and content when I want to, because I want every time I post something or stream something, I want it to be to the very best of my ability and I want to be in my best mood. And that is like the only version that I of myself that I want to convey. I never want to come on and be like, I guess I'm
Yeah.
making this video, because nobody wants to watch that. And
Right.
I have so much admiration for most of these people are full-time content creators. Like, I mean, there's
Mhm.
so many I could name. And I would love to be streaming full time and as well as working full time, because I do love my job. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping to branch into that soon, but it can be overwhelming. I don't think like I remember this meme going around like try being an influencer for a day, and I'm I'm not saying it's anything like that.
Mhm.
But sometimes it can just be hard to like, find the willpower to make something rather than just go to sleep after working like a 9 to 5,
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's a good point of, like, doing it if you're passionate about it because you when you're working and trying to do something else, even if it is, like, for money and not for money, um, it's like if you have to, like, force it, it comes off so bad in the
Yeah.
videos, and, I think that's kinda what happened to me last year too, is, like, after my favorite storyline kinda ended and, like, everyone was getting bored of that storyline, so the videos, dropped anyways because
Yeah.
people were getting very upset by how things were going. Um, it's just like you could see it, you could read it across my face. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm doing, like, a review video every week," and I'm just like, "But I already talked about it, I streamed it, so everybody kinda knows," and I'm like, "Uh, this is not what I wanna do. I wanna do something that's a little
Yeah.
bit different," so I talked to my audience and I'm like, "Y'all, I'm switching to Jazz Unfiltered so that I can, like, branch out to other things too." Like, if like, I like documentaries or whatever, and, like, I just like to
Yes.
talk. I like to have, like I'm very opinionated, and that's why I was like, me and Maddie are gonna get along great because 'cause we're both very
Absolutely.
opinionated
Absolutely.
on
Yes.
social media. And so I was like, I like to, just talk about storylines, and that's what I'm passionate about. So it's like really about finding what you're passionate about and what you can
Yeah.
sit in front of a camera and talk for 30 minutes about, that's what's gonna
Absolutely.
look the best. But
Yeah.
girl, yeah. Now that
And
TikTok is back, Are you
Yes.
gonna, like, make some changes? It's almost motivating in a way. It, like, kinda made
It
me, like, more
is.
motivated to, like, get videos out quicker, I don't know.
Yes, it motivate I mean, to be honest, I saw all these wrestling content creators being, like, making their goodbye TikTok tribute videos, and, like, I never participated in that because I had a feeling that it was going to be bad. I thought it would take a
Yeah.
couple days. The fact that it took only a few hours was actually very surprising to me.
Yeah.
So I was kinda ready to be like, "Alright, I'll be away from it for a few days," but it gave me motivation to branch out to other platforms the way I've seen other content creators do, like Santi Zap, Wheezy Blonde, starting off on TikTok
Yeah.
and then going to Twitch and YouTube, and that's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm always very transparent with people who watch my videos. I'm like, "I don't make any money from this, and that's not why I do it.
Yeah.
I do this because I love wrestling, and I love to hang out with you guys, and I just love to shoot the breeze when it comes to wrestling. Like, this is just very fun. This is a hobby for me. It's something that I
Yeah.
really enjoy doing, and I never want to stop doing it. So I'm definitely still going to be posting on TikTok. I love TikTok, but it's even with TikTok being back after being gone for a short period of time, I still have the motivation to branch out to other platforms and kind of build my brand per se.
Yeah. And there's just something unbeatable about TikTok's algorithm that
Yeah.
if you wanna ever, make money or make income, it can happen, like, they, are able to push you forward so you can get those people that are your audience and that like the same things that you like, and it makes it more fun and more engaging,
Oh
content
yeah.
anyways, but, um, yeah, the goodbye farewell videos.
Oh
I
Lord.
didn't do one, but
Me
what I
neither.
will what I will say is that I was so demotivated by the fact that it was ending that I just couldn't push myself to make any more videos because 'cause I'm like, "What's the point
Yeah.
I
Right.
if we don't know what's gonna happen?" Like, it made me more, lazy, I guess, because I was like, "Oh, forget it." Like, I literally got, like, what is it? The creativity block. I was like,
Yes.
"I
Like
don't know what
writer's
to post
block with
now."
content.
And I knew, like, as soon as it ended, everyone's gonna be making content about it ending, and so those pieces of content are gonna go big, but I was just like, I could make a video or something about it, but I just don't feel motivated. I don't feel motivated. I'm upset, I'm mad, like,
Yeah.
even if it was, like, a PR stunt for Trump or whatever, it just it makes me mad that they really believe we can be controlled like that, like,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna use TikTok because I use it for other things too. I do
Mhm.
tarot readings. I don't know if you see all my,
Oh
like,
my god,
tarot
that's so
cards.
cool. Oh,
So,
yeah.
like,
I
I
love
have a lot
that.
of hobbies. I think that's why I had to change the Jasmine filter. I have too many hobbies, but, um, yeah, there's people that have, like, businesses on there, like
Yeah, small
170
businesses have been huge on TikTok.
it's crazy, but, yeah, I think they just wanted, like, some, like, weird control PR stunt thing, political mess, and it
Ugh,
made me mad.
it's a rough time to be living in Washington, DC right now, so I'm struggling a little bit. Don't love that, but other than that, I love my city.
Yeah. Oh, are you there? You live
I
there?
do live in DC,
Oh my
yes.
god, that's cool. That was one of my favorite vacations as a kid. I still remember it, like,
Right.
very, very clearly. It's beautiful up there. I
It
like the
is.
leaves
It
so
is a
much.
happening place. We have such a cool nightlife. The summertime, DC in the summer is a different world, and it is so much fun. Obviously, you'd be surprised at how, in my opinion, at least in my experience, I don't want to speak for anybody else, but how little people talk about politics here.
Mm,
Of course, obviously, with the election, there was much more conversation about it, but otherwise, it's very chill. And most people I met here are really, really, it's a great vibe. It is a great
yeah.
vibe here. Not right now, but
And I'm sure you don't, like I'm sure you get the question of, like, do you visit have you gone to all the, like, monuments and, like, all
every
those
single,
Yeah, yeah, it's like when I always get asked, like, "Have you been to Disney, World and all?" I'm like, "Of
I
course,
bet all the
of
time. I bet you go there
course."
all the time. Oh
It's
my
like the only
God.
thing we have here. But, yeah, I mean, I remember seeing, like, all the monuments and statues, and I'm like, "Oh, it's so pretty here." Like, I don't know, it's so different from
Yeah.
Florida. So
It's
different.
cool when you're, like, visiting, but when you live here and because I work, like, 10 minutes from the Washington Monument, so I see it every single day, and it's like
Mm.
the equivalent of the grocery store for me now. It's just there. It's always
Right.
there. It's not
It's
special anymore.
normal. Yeah, it's
Yes.
normal. So let's talk about, your favorite storylines now, because I know that
Okay.
Liv's no longer champ. So it's
Lord.
sad. I'm just surprised that a lot of people thought she was gonna retain it. Of course, I'm gonna boost those type of comments and,
Absolutely.
expectations because I want to see that too. But deep down, I kind of figured she wasn't gonna keep it, but I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
root for her anyway. But what do you think is next? Like, what do you like now? Were you happy that she kind of not happy, but that the storyline changed, I guess?
I mean, the Rhea and Liv storyline got to a point where I remember saying in a video I made on TikTok, like, all right, guys, it's to a point where you're not going to see me speak about this feud on my page anymore because I have nothing nice to say about it. And because I have nothing nice to say about it, I'm not going to say anything at all.
Mhm.
And I stuck by that up until Rhea won the title back, which I
Yeah.
don't love, but at the same time, I do love Rhea, and I hope that she has a good title run because she did not last time. So all I can hope that is that she has a well-booked title reign, and hopefully it's not 400,000 days because I don't think we need that. But I'm super excited. I don't know if you watch AEW, but I'm super excited to
Mm.
see what they're gonna do with the Tony Storm and Mariah May storyline.
Mm.
Amazing storyline. Tony is like now forgetful of her timeless era, and she's back to being her normal self. I can't wait to meet Mariah May, like as if all this craziness didn't happen. So I'm
Okay.
really excited to see what craziness happens there. Um, but as far as WWE, I'm very much excited to see what happens with Jade Cargill. And I
Yeah.
need to know who attacked her. I need to know if Bianca Belair, my queen, my goddess, had any involvement. That is one that I'm very interested in. So I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm waiting for them to reveal, which I have no idea when they will. Hopefully soon. But
Yeah.
that is a big one. And then I'm trying to think. Like, I'm interested to see what they'll do with Roxanne Perez now that she no longer is the women's champion. Seems like she's
Mhm.
kind of feuding with Bailey. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Hopefully something. But honestly, there's not like, in my opinion, in WWE, even the Bloodline storyline, there's not like too many that are super wow factor, which kind of
Right.
sucks.
Right. I think, yeah, I'll comment on that because I was gonna say, that was what made the Liv Morgan story so special is because of the love angle and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah,
But with Bianca and Jade, a lot of people want Bianca to like be heel. And I'm like, but why?
they
She's
do.
like, it's sometimes it's okay to have those characters that are just our token good guys, our heroes. But
Absolutely.
if they do make her go heel, maybe just for a little bit and then come back. Come back to me, girl. But
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, how is she I just don't see her turning on Jade. Like they didn't really hint at that. And I feel like because they are making it so obvious or trying to like push it like it's Bianca, that's what makes me think it's not Bianca. I feel
That
like
is true.
it,
That is true. I could see that.
I feel like I had made a video on this. So you guys go check out that video on who attacked Jade. But I think either like I made a prediction, like a wild card of like Charlotte Flair, because we know she's coming back. And those two
Oh.
had like this weird face off or stare off type of
Yeah, I
thing.
remember that.
And she's like, who can take on Jade like alone? Like I feel like it would have to be someone just as tough, and tall
Yeah.
and strong, and that's Charlotte. Now if it was
Mhm.
like a two-person thing, then I see Bailey and Naomi. Because Naomi always
Oh.
stuck with Bailey.
Yes. Yeah.
But I wouldn't see it as Naomi and Bianca. That doesn't make sense to me. They were literally the big three at
Yeah.
Mania. And I think Bianca had beef with Bailey. She didn't want to team up with Bailey. Naomi was
Mhm.
still on Bailey's side and was kind of like that bridge. So I'm starting to lean more towards Naomi, if anything. Like I feel like she
I think so.
might be the key core piece, player there. But Bianca, I'm just like, they're making it so obvious that, it's her that it makes me believe that it's not. So,
Yeah, I just don't see why Bianca would do that, like, in terms of I mean, don't get me
yeah.
wrong, she can be an amazing heel based on what we've seen from her heel work in NXT. Like, she is a fantastic heel, a lovable
Yeah.
one even, but her face work, in my opinion, is top tier. She is so
Good.
beloved as a baby face, and I think
Mm,
that if slash when they do Bianca and Jade as a feud, I think that Jade will likely be the heel, maybe just because Jade from what we've
mm,
seen from her in AEW, is a really good heel as well. And I think it's
yeah,
better than her work as a babyface. And also, I
I agree.
personally would, I would love to see heel Naomi because we haven't seen that in a very long time. And I think the crowd would be into it. And I would love to see it. And
Yeah,
they have such a great opportunity to do a really cool storyline if they do that. And I
yeah.
really hope they do.
Yeah, Naomi's been given the eyes, man. She's been given a little like
Yes.
shady eyes. I've been noticing.
Well, side
Yeah.
eye, Naomi. We see you,
Yeah.
girl.
Something going on there. I don't know, man. But yeah, as far as Roxanne, I think they're kind of doing like the Tiffany Stratton thing with her, where they had,
Mhm.
Tiffany Stratton go up against Becky before she kind of
Yeah,
came out onto the main roster, and I feel like they'll do something similar with Roxanne through Bailey. So it's kind of cool that they're like bringing them up, type of thing.
very
But
cool.
Lyra, I mean, they skyrocketed her as well, in my opinion. They
Yes.
really like put her on every Raw, and made her more of a star. So she's doing
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, as far as the women's storylines are kind of like blah right now. We
Yeah,
only know we only know that Nia and Bailey are going to be at Royal Rumble. We haven't even who's going to be at
that's
Rumble.
it. We haven't announced. Like, and I normally would be kind of okay with that if they hadn't declared so many men for the men's Royal Rumble. So
Mm.
it's like, why is there so much maybe effort? Unless they have a ton of surprises for the women, which I don't think they do. Um, I just like great. Nia and Bailey are cool, and I love them, but like, who else is declaring? Like, is Bianca
Right.
Belair going to declare? Like, what's going on? Tiffany
Mhm.
Stratton, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. We saw a video package from her. She's probably going to be so a little frustrated to see the lack of effort there,
Yeah,
but I don't
because
know.
even if they do it the week before, there's no story buildup, and that's what makes it
Right.
exciting because you wanna see, like especially for the big events, you wanna see, like, surprises, like or, like, endings to stories, but there's no
Yeah.
stories, so it's like,
Right.
what do we have to work with? Are we just gonna be focused on, like, just that part of it? Like, there's no other, like, single matches for the women again, this year? But
Yeah. Not
it's just
surprising.
frustrating. Yeah. NXT does not have this problem. I think that's what
I
makes
know.
it
I
more
know.
frustrating.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels knows what he's doing down there, and I wish that every women's division, apart from TNA, because I think their women's division is very good as well, I
Mhm.
wish every women's division would be like NXT because they show, hey, it's not hard to feature a ton of women on show alongside a ton of men. It's
Yeah.
not difficult. So why are we not doing that?
Yeah. And people like it. People like to
Yeah,
see the women too. Like, it's just weird. I saw I don't know if it's true statistics, but from Russell Ops, I think. They were saying that 40% of the watchers or viewers are women.
I did see that too. Yeah.
That's close. I mean, that's almost half. Almost half.
Yeah,
For sports is big. Like a sports
that's
entertainment.
crazy.
Like, so they can appeal to the women too. Like, show us the women. I want to see
Yeah,
the women. It's frustrating, but hopefully we'll get some development soon.
I hope
With
so.
with that said, what about Mania?
Mania. I get I'm nervous about Mania this year because first of all, I'm nervous that Liv going back to Liv Morgan, I'm nervous that she's not gonna have a match at all.
Yeah.
I hope that they do something. I would love to see her and Becky Lynch. That would be cool. We
Mhm.
know that they have had good matches, so something like that. But I would love to see. Eventually, I because we were supposed to have Bianca and Charlotte last year, and that
Yeah.
is something that I would love to see this year. I don't think they're going to do it because maybe that moment has passed, and I feel like that's understandable.
Yeah.
But there's so many opportunities, and I really hope that they do not let us down because there's no WrestleMania without the women's roster, in my opinion. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Liv and Becky, they still have a lot of unfinished business. And a lot of
yeah,
people are wanting Liv to win Rumble because that's the one thing she hasn't yet done. And she was runner up the past, I think, few years. And so everybody's
yes,
like, this
yeah,
has to be her moment, you know. But then I'm like, if she does win, then who's she gonna go against? Hopefully
yeah,
not Rhea again. You know, like,
no,
I don't want to see. No, please.
no, just to
Some
have her be fed to Rhea again. No, thank
Yeah,
you. I don't want to see that.
literally, because we already know they're not gonna let her win, unfortunately.
No, no,
Um, but if they do go that way, I feel like what they could do is throw Becky in there and have Becky kind of be like well, y'all threw me into y'all story. I didn't want to be a part of this or whatever. And like,
yeah,
so now I'm mad at both of you guys and have Becky win or, do something different. I don't think that's gonna happen, but
I don't think so
um
either. A lot of people want Charlotte Flair to win, which I don't.
yes, I saw that. I love
Mm,
Charlotte.
me
And
too.
she might because of her popularity, like
Yeah,
she might.
Io
But
seems to be the favorite.
Io?
Yeah, I think Io, like based on the whole discourse I've seen online, Io seems to be the number one that everyone's pulling for. I love
Oh yeah.
her. I don't think she needs the Royal Rumble win. But I mean, who else really is there to?
Just to go up against Rhea and lose? Like, I
Right.
don't know. They're not gonna let whoever goes up against Rhea, they're not gonna win. Because Rhea just got it back. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, she is their money maker. She's popular.
Mhm.
And so I just feel like anyone they throw her against is not gonna win. But I think it should happen so that other fan bases can feel what I felt, and that's good.
Right. Oh my
All the
God. They can
the
understand.
drama. The drama. But, yeah, I feel like whoever's going up against her is not winning, I'm so sorry, but
Yeah, unless it's like Charlotte Flair, in which maybe there's a possibility.
oh my gosh, if they run that back, I think everybody would go crazy. But yeah, she might have the best chance out of everyone, her and Bianca,
Yeah.
honestly, but
Yes.
I don't know if they're gonna do Bianca and Rhea. There's like zero build up for that. I think.
I I mean, I'd love to see Bianca and Rhea, but I
Yeah.
if Rhea is going to win, then I don't want to see it because
Exactly.
no.
Maddie! Maddie, we're here. We're here.
Because you in no world can Rhea Ripley beat Bianca Belair. I'm sorry.
Y'all, no one wants to talk about it, but Bianca, she's special. Like she's just
Yeah.
they're all very athletic, but sometimes there are just some people that have it, she's so athletic. And
Yeah.
we can all see it with our, like she's just like
Absolutely.
insane. Insane.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see them have Rhea beat Bianca due to the, popularity and people wanting her to retain and keep. So I'm like, yeah, not right now. Maybe next year.
No.
Let's run it back next year.
No. Maybe Rhea could beat Bianca in NXT, which she did, but this is main roster Bianca now. So untouchable. No.
She's so strong. It's sickening. She's
Insane.
like her stamina
Insane.
is like crazy. Like Bianca's just on another level and but I know that that's not how WWE, wrestling entertainment works. It's based on
Yeah.
stories, it's based on like what's good for the moment and you know, tickets and all that. So I know
Mhm.
it's not about like their actual like physical strength sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's just hard to see someone that is so obviously good like lose to anyone. Like it's like I don't want them to lose, especially if it's your favorite.
Yes,
But
like when Bianca lost to Becky Lynch in those 26 seconds, one of the worst
oh,
days of my life.
I'm glad
So
I didn't see that moment, but I saw it
what?
later on after I started watching wrestling more, but I could not believe that. I was like, that actually happened? I'm glad I was not there for that moment because I think I would have freaked out too. Like
I still have nightmares sometimes about that. Oh my god.
the things they agreed to, like, but now, even though she had that moment, everyone knows that Bianca's like one of the best female wrestlers in the world. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's insane. That's always a part of her lore, though. It's like, oh,
I know. God. They did her so dirty.
they did her so wrong.
Mm-mm.
But I wanted Bianca and Jade because they worked together all year. Literally, they were trying to like build up a feud between them, and like
Yeah.
everyone wanted to see them go against each other eventually. And they had those like little face-offs and at Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
and what was it? What was the other one? Oh, and
Some kind
Saudi.
of Yeah.
Like it was like a Raw. It was like a random Raw, like a battle
Was it like a
royale,
qualifying match or something
something like
for
that.
not Money in the Bank, but it was for something like that. Something like
Yeah,
that.
it was, yeah. And they had like faced off again. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Queen of the Ring. I think it was for Queen of the Ring because they
yeah.
were like, "Oh, we might have to face each other," but they never ended up doing because Jade lost
Hmm.
to Nia, and then Bianca ended up losing to Nia. So, which I think is good that they didn't do it. I think that would have been way too soon. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So they had, they built it up. And I feel bad for them. I'm like, I wonder what happened to Jade. Like some people said she was hurt, some people said she wasn't hurt. And I'm like,
yeah,
I think she was doing other things creatively. And so I don't really know why she's not there, but it would stink for them to like do all of that work and building that up all year just to not have it at Mania, like have them
yeah,
face off. So if I feel like, if they're introducing Naomi, they might have Bianca and Naomi, or maybe all three going against
oh
each
my
other
gosh,
if it was Bianca and Naomi.
that would be
Like,
crazy. I just need Bianca to have a match at WrestleMania. Just give
yeah, I
her
don't care.
something.
I
Not
don't
on the
care. She's right
pre-show.
there. But yeah, can you imagine like we literally had the big three last Mania and now they're like
Yeah.
going against each other? Like what the hell? But
That would be really cool, actually. That would be cool. I would be down.
that's true. That's true to real female relationships,
Oh,
friendships. Oh
yeah.
my god, turning on each other.
You can't be real friends if you don't fight at least once.
You get to the
Real
sibling stage. You get to the
Yes,
sibling
exactly.
stage.
Exactly.
All right, Madi, I am going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me for today at Jazz
Thank you so much for
Unfiltered.
having me. Oh my gosh.
I'm still thinking of like ending catchphrase. You guys comment below what I should use. I don't know. And my last one, it was, "Are you seeing this?" So I would say, "I see you." But now I'm like,
I
I don't
remember
know.
that, yeah.
I have to think of something. I don't know, but
Let her
thank you
know.
so
Let's think
much.
of
Yeah.
something, guys. Let's think of something.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on, and I hope to see
Thank
you
you for having
again
me.
later in the future.
Yes, we will be you'll be seeing us together in the future, you guys. Don't worry.
Yes. All right. Bye. Have a good
Bye.
day.
Bye.